Tell me again, honey. Sherry smiles as I take her hand, and she begins to speak quietly. His name is Sammy, after Samuel. It means God heard, and he is our little miracle. What are you going to do? I ask. All. We will do anything for him, my love. I will take him to the farm. All the time, I promise. Your parents will tell him about you. When he falls asleep, I will whisper in his ear about his father and how he dreamed of his little boy. How he was loved unconditionally even before he was born. He will benefit from everything that has made you the man I love, but he will also have the opportunity to grow and be himself. It took us almost 10 years, but Sherry got pregnant right before I was diagnosed. She is my only love, who means everything to me in this world, and I cannot accept the fact that I am leaving her alone. Maybe things wouldn't be so bad if we had never met in the first place. I could have come to terms with this if she hadn't come into my life one day. But the thought of not being there when she needs me is literally tearing me apart. Tell me a story, I ask her. She smiles again. It was a game that just the two of us played. Sherry and I pretended that I wasn't dying and that I was going to stay by her and Sammy's side forever. Each time she made up a short story about one day in our lives, just for the three of us. And now my wife began her story. We are tired. It was a very long day. The drive back from the farm was long, but Sammy slept the whole way. Inhaling this clean country air and enjoying the sight of horses, that's what delighted him. We put him to bed in his crib, but he asks us to tell him a story. I picked up Winnie the Pooh to read the story of the 100 Acre Wood. No, he says. I want, Dad. I smile and hand you the book. Sitting next to me, you read a story to Sammy, our little boy with your eyes. This is an old, tattered copy of the book we grabbed from your parents' house, the same one they read to you when you were a child. Does he say anything? I ask. Nothing. Nothing yet. He just reaches out his hand and grabs yours, listening to your voice and slowly falling asleep. His eyes slowly close and his head tilts to the side. When we hear his slight snoring, we get up. You lean over and kiss his forehead, and I take your hand. We leave, walking lightly, but turn around at the door when he mutters something. We stop to listen to his sweet voice. What does he says? I ask. He quietly calls you, Daddy. You stop at the threshold. Yes, son, you say. He clutches the pillow tighter to himself and, half asleep, mutters that he loves you. I love you too, Sammy, you say tenderly in a low voice. Sitting up a little on my bed, I smile. What happens then? She squeezes my hand a little tighter. I'll take you back to our room. We make love. Every nerve in me trembles as I am torn between the desire for you to continue and the overwhelming love for the fact that how you are looking at me. You always just looked at me like that. My eyes close and I remember. I remember her infinitely loving look, her aroma, how wonderful her body felt under my hands. All this washed over me like a wave. Illness tempered my passions, but not my love for Sherry. For me, she is the whole universe. My little personal world is crumbling, but she and Sammy remain. Continue, I whisper to her. She tries to keep her feelings under control and her voice still sounds strong. You and I aren't as tired as Sammy, but it was still a busy day. We make love so tenderly and very slowly, stretching out every moment. You, without looking away, look into my eyes as we merge into a single whole. When we're done, you'll take me into your arms, kiss me, and tell me. You whisper to me that we'll always be together. You, me, and Sammy. Her voice breaks. She begins to cry. Transparent tears escape from her eyelashes, dripping onto the sheet, and I barely rise to hug her. In this world and the next, I will always love you, honey. Always. Her crying subsides and she clings desperately to me as I use the strength of her hug to stay upright on the bed. We are left alone in silence, surrounded by happy memories and my hopes for her future with our son. The minutes pass unnoticed, and I enjoy her warmth and love. Still clinging to her, I lie down again. Stay here with me, my love, a little longer. Let me hug you. I put my hand on her stomach and feel little Sammy fidgeting and moving, as if he knows it's his father's hand reaching out to him. Raising my other hand to Sherry's cheek, I wipe away a creeping tear with my thumb and kiss her on the warm back of her head, with such a familiar smell of hair. "Go to sleep, my love," I whisper. "You and I have tomorrow morning, and a few more days." Please like and subscribe to the channel and you will never be cheated on.